So 11.2 brings a lot of really cool open world stuff to do, right? And one of the cool things about it is the gear that you can get and all the mounts you can get and everything from the open world content. I actually think the gear from the open world content is better than the tier sets. And I'm sure we're going to review that here in a second. The Koresh Trust, 11.2 Renown rewards, mounts, transmog, titles, and more. A full review of everything we get from the new Outdoor World Renown track coming in 11.2. Let's see what Mr. GM has to say about all the cool stuff we'll be able to get.
Hello there and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about Renown, and more specifically we're going to talk about the Koresh Trust Renown, which is the new zone Renown of patch 11.2 Ghosts of Koresh. In this video we're going to go through all of the rewards you're going to get from this 20 level Renown track. Some of these rewards are pretty great, but some of them are ones that you could expect. But before we jump into that, guys, I do want to give a massive...
I don't pre-watch the videos, okay? Why would I pre-watch this? Why the hell am I going to pre-watch rewards? Okay, I don't know why the video was at the end, though. That was weird. Oh, this jump ahead button, maybe. That's new.
Thank you to everyone over on the Patreon. Just so I'm posting over there fairly regularly with channel updates and things like that. So if you do want to support me over on Patreon, I'll leave a link down below. Right, so yes, patch 11.2 PTR is in full swing with a couple builds in now. And we've got a pretty good idea of what we're going to get from this brand new Renown. Now, there are two Renowns. You have the Koresh Trust, which is the Zone Renown. And then you have the Maniforged Vandals, which is the Raid Renown, which we will also take a look at in a separate video.
I'm happy to see the Raid Renown track continue forward. I actually think that was a great add to the game. I think Raid Renown tracks are fun. They've given us a reason to play. They're a soft nerf on the Raid, right? Because of the DPS buffs and healing buffs and everything. And then obviously the rewards that you can collect. I just think overall, the Raid Renown track has been a great add to the game for sure. And I hope they continue to do it going forward.
But today we're going to take a look at the rewards from the Zone Renown. So there are 20 levels to this new Renown, and it's called the Koresh Trust. So let's take a look at the first level, and this is, of course, trusting in the future. This is something we've seen before. It is simply just unlocking the Renown. At Renown 2, we have Shadris has Where's View if you have coins. So it says seek out Shadris in Overlook Zoshul to trade untethered coins. So this is actually just unlocking the vendor for phase diving, which we will also have a video on very soon.
Why would we need a phase diving vendor? Would they give you stuff that can help you in phase diving? That's interesting.
At Renown 3, you have Arrested Development, so it says, you may now speak to Constable Zoardis to begin assisting him with warrants. Warrants is a new system coming in 11.2, where essentially you just go out and kill a rare every week for different rewards. One of these rewards being a upgrade for your cloak, which is cool. So yeah, this is definitely a system you're going to interact with, and it looks like it is unlocked at Renown 3. At Renown 4, we have It's Bigger on the inside, so it says you can now find ethereal pocket storage treasures hidden in Koresh. Think of these as your trash cans around Undermine. It's a very similar system where you just get resonance crystals and random stuff like that. There is also an upgrade to this later on in the Renown track. At Renown 5, we have a couple things. So we have profession recipes. So it says you may now purchase recipes for invigorating healing.
Yeah, I'll be throwing that in the trash. I don't give a shit about that. Interesting, though, these little treasure boxes we'll be able to lock it at Renown 4. That's kind of cool.
Ocean, Umbral, Essentia, Pure Dexterous Fiber, Pure Energizing Fiber, Pure Chromatic Fiber, Pure Precise Fiber, a contract for the Koresh Trust, and a recipe for the Vantus Rune of the Raid. So
wait, actually, I think these fibers are going to be important. Aren't these fibers the new... basically, they're going to have like a gem slot for your Reshi wraps, your cape, right? So it's going to have like a sockets in it, and you'll be able to put these fiber sockets into the sockets of your cape. It's kind of like a new socketing system, but you know you'll be able to have tailors make them. So it looks like that's what these sound like to me: energizing fiber, pure chromatic fiber, pure precise fiber. Like these sound like different. What's it called? Like a stat buffs. Yeah, pure precise. I don't know. That could be what's it called? Versatility. I don't know. Energizing, stamina, maybe. Pure chromatic. This could be haste. So these are different. That's what they sound like. They sound like different abilities that we'll be able to socket our capes with.
The fibers here are actually just stat increases for your cloak. So the way the cloak works...
I could have just let the video play. But yeah, so I was right.
You put fibers inside it as like a gem socket, and that gives you stats. And these are the recipes for that, for inscribers to create for you to buy on the auction house or as a work order or something like that. So yeah, professional recipes are unlocking at Renown 5. We're also going to get some weathered ethereal crests and some resonance crystals at level 5. At Renown 6, we're going to get a cosmetic cloak. Of course, cosmetic cloaks being very important in 11.2, as the only cloak you're going to have is your Reshi wraps. So there are very...
Yeah, note there. No cloaks will be dropping in the entirety of Season 3. all of Season 3, you will not loot cloaks. Blizzard already confirmed that. There are no cloaks to be looted at any of the loot tables and anything. So any cloak transmogs that you get or whatever, like that's the only way you're going to be able to change your back cloak. Otherwise, you're going to have the Reshi Wrap look as your cloaks.
Various cosmetic cloaks available, so you're going to get that around 6. And you're also going to get some Valor Stones as well. At round 7, you're going to get a veteran chess piece. This is item level 668, obviously season 3
Indeed,
equivalent. So yeah, that might be good for someone at round 7, perhaps. Round 8, you're going to get some more weathered ethereal crests and some more resonance crystals. At round 9, it says Baleth's request. So it says speak to Baleth and Tazavesh to help him recover some stolen merchandise. So this seems like a group of daily quests from what I can gather, and it does involve a NPC called Blue Barry, which is actually a mount. So perhaps at round 9, you unlock a quest line to start getting Blue Barry, which is a ground mount, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I haven't gone through the quest line here, so I'm not actually 100% on this, but it seems like there might be some good rewards coming from Renown 9. Also at Renown 9, you are going to get some more Valor Stones. At Renown 10...
Yeah, I wonder how many Valor Stones in total. I hate Valor Stones. I just wish they got rid of this system. I say it every time I see them, but I can't stand getting these things. At this point, it's just such a... Like, they just don't give you enough. I have so much more crests than I do Valor Stones. We need more Valor Stones. And I'm not talking about give us more ways to get them, because they've done that. I'm saying, like, each time we do something, just give us more of them. I shouldn't have to do so many things to grind out Valor Stones to upgrade my gear. It just feels stupid.
Stones.
So maybe we're getting more on the Renown track.
Tab out of the Trust. This is the tab out of Koresh, which does match the cloak and eventually some shoulders. At Renown 11, we can now find bigger treasures hidden in Koresh. So as mentioned, this is similar to like the dumpster diving and things like that from Undermine. It's just a Koresh version of that. At Renown 12, we're going to get some profession books. So we are going to get some specialization points for different professions at Renown 12, which is cool. We're also going to get some restored coffer keys for delves and some carved ethereal crests, 15 of them at Renown 12.
Nice.
At Renown 13, we're going to get the cosmetic shoulders. This is a part of a 3-piece set, as mentioned, which is linked to the Renown, which is nice. And we're going to get some more resonance crystals. At Renown 14, we're going to get the Koreshi ribbon stash, which is actually a collection of 4 consortium-themed cloaks, which look pretty great.
Pretty
and
cool.
some more carved ethereal crests, 15 of those.
So we're gonna keep the, at least they're keeping some nomenclature the same here. So they're just basically ethereal crests, but you got the carved or whatever, the runed in front of it. Okay, that's fine. I can deal with it. Although I'm still gonna color code it in my mind. Like I'm not gonna remember the names. I was gonna remember the red crest is what I want. I want the red crest today.
At Renown 15, we're going
That's
to
how my
get
brain
Creeping
works with this
Along,
stuff.
which is actually a mount. This is the Ruby Void Creeper, which is a new Void Creeper model, which has been added in 11.2. There's a few of these around the zone, and there's a few mounts, and this is the Ruby version, which will be available as a ground mount at Renown 15. At Renown 16, we're going to get some Champion Wrists, that item level 681, so that's pretty good if you do get that pretty early on, and you are going to get some more Valor Stones. At Renown 17, we're going to get Right Tools for the job, so it says you may now acquire cosmetic Koreshi tools and weapons from Omshirik in Tazavesh. So this is actually just 3 different offhand cosmetics. You have a scoop, you have a wrench, and you have a multi-tool, which is all just kind of ethereal themed, I guess. And those are purchasable 4 resonance crystals for 1,150 each. You're also going to get 15 carved ethereal crests at Renown 17.
Okay.
At Renown 18, you're going to get ethereal energy, which means that you can now purchase the ethereal augment rune from the Renown vendor, which is nice. And of course, you're going to get some resonance crystals. At Renown 19, we have another mount. This is the Terror of the Wastes, which is a really cool mount. We've seen this model a couple times in 11.2.
I think the Mythic Plus, what is it? Keystone Master mount. Isn't it like a purple version of the same exact mount?
This is actually used for the Keystone Master and Keystone Legend mounts, I believe.
He said it. I don't pre-watch this shit, all right? If I pre-watched it, I wouldn't say the thing he's going to say right before he says it, all right? That's not proof of shit.
This is kind of a different recolor of that, and that is purchasable at Renown 19. And then finally, at Renown 20, we're going to get the title of the Twilight Star, which is cool. So your name and then of the Twilight Star. And of course, as usual, we are going to get a Enchanted Rune Ethereal Crest, which can mean that you can craft items up to item level 704, which is actually pretty competitive. So that's something we've seen a lot in these Renown tracks, just getting a heroic reward at the end there. So yeah, that is the 20 levels of the Koresh Trust. Of course, PTR be PTRing. Things could change, but for the most part, it does seem pretty standard to what we would expect with a Renown track in World of Warcraft, especially in the War Within. So let me know your thoughts on the Koresh Trust reputation. I will have a video coming out really soon with the Raid Renown, showing off all the rewards from that. But don't forget to leave a like on this video, guys, and if you did like it, and please subscribe to the channel as well. That'd be very much appreciated. If you want to support me outside of YouTube, I'm also on Patreon, and I'm on Twitter at MrGMYT, and I have a partner Discord channel as well. And also, I am streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me stream World of Warcraft, War Within, 11.2 PTR, any sort of WoW, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.
Yeah, nice video. Easy review, right? Nice Renown track there. Now, some of the armor kits that I mentioned before, I thought they were part of the Renown track. They're not. They're just open world loot and shit like that. The really cool looking ethereal themed gear that you'll be able to get, plus all these mounts and transmogs you'll be able to get through this Renown track. You can make yourself look like a full-blown ethereal by the time this is all said and done. So, cool thing. I love the Renown tracks. Hopefully they continue forward. Nice video from Mr. GM.